Lizzy is a very beautiful young girl, but she is a tomboy who is like an area mama. She goes to the gym, play football. When she goes to the gym, she does competition, lifting of weight, and does everything manly. But her friend, called Queen, is not in agreement with the way she lives her life. Queen always says, Lizzy. And she will say, my name is Liz, not Lizzy. Queen says, well, look, you are a woman. In fact, you are a beautiful young lady. Your name is Elizabeth. Lizzy for sure, not Liz. What is Liz? You know what? Why do you come across like, why do you make yourself look like a man or a boy? You are not a man. You're a beautiful young lady. Do you know how many men will come after you if you start dressing appropriately? Liz said, you know what? I'm not interested in any other man. The only man I'm interested in is Ife. Ife Tobori. You know that famous actor, right? Who just released a new movie right now. This is it showing Queen her phone, who Ife Tobori was. Queen said, look, I know Ife. He's very popular. He's an actor. So Liz said, I'm crashing on him, and he is the only man that I want. Queen said, look, Liz, you are living in a Delulu environment. In fact, you are living in actual Delulu. Look how you dress. Look at Ife, who is a very handsome actor. Do you think he will look at you twice, even for a second, with the way you dress? Liz said, beauty is in the eye of a beholder. I'm going to get him and I'll do everything to have him. You watch and see. Queen said, look, I cannot even talk you out of your delusion. You need to just continue. But the way you appear is a no-no. I have beautiful gowns and heels. You can try them on. Why don't you just change for once? Look, the conversation was dragging and Liz said, look, leave it. That said, the man that I'll marry is Ife, the actor. Anyway, after the whole conversation, Ife was on set and also having a good time with his fellow actors. After the end of the session, he went to the club with one of the actors and had a ball of his time. Once returning home, his car got hacked on the way. The car just couldn't move any longer. The ladies were angry and he came out looking for a cab. Luckily, he got a cab. And the cab, it was Liz who was the driver. Immediately, Liz herself could not believe it that it was her crash that stopped her while she was going home. Quickly, they arranged on where he was going to stop and Liz dropped him in the house. After that, Liz went home and quickly told Queen that, do you know what happened? Do you know what happened? I met Ife, the actor. Queen did not believe it, but of course, Liz was happy that that happened. After that, Ife continued to be a womanizer, but underground, because as an actor, you need to do your things codedly. One day, one of the ladies he took out came and asked for ransom, but he didn't have the money. He was popular, but he was broke. Nobody knew that. After some weeks or so, where he lives, the landlord came in and harassed Ife and said, Ife, do you know you're owing about 3 months rent? You are popular, but you haven't paid your rent. Do you want me to go public with how you are owing me if you promise to pay the next month? As they were discussing the rent, his best friend, Culture, came to the house. Culture said, what's happening? If he wanted to deny it, but the landlord quickly said, wait, he's your friend. Well, since he's your friend, he hasn't paid rent for the past 3 months. Please, the next time I come here, I'm come to disgrace him, since popular actors and influencers like you people like showing off on social media, and in real life, you don't like paying your bills. Next time I come here, this your friend, talk to him. He is going in the public. In fact, he's going on social media. That is where you people have your fame. So quickly, Concha said, don't worry, sir, we are going to pay. He is going to pay. I'll make sure of that. Well, that is not my business. The next time I come, he will hear from me. After that, if it was like, don't mind that old man. What? 3 months only. I'll pay now. Anyway, did you see that new actress I came on set? Concha was so shocked. You are owing bills and you're talking about woman. If I say, well, you know how women are beautiful. Women are God's beautiful creation. Concha shook his head and said, it seems you are spending all your salary. You are spending all your money on women and drinks. That is why you're unable to pay for your bills. And your car has been parked in the mechanic for weeks. You haven't even repaired. Immediately, Kocha alerted him and said, okay, yeah, that's true. Ife, do you... immediately, Ife was like, Kocha, can you help me with a driver and a new car? I'll pay. I'll pay. Don't worry, I'll pay. Kocha said, yes, don't worry. I have this friend of mine who also has a friend, and she has a cab, so I'll definitely contact her and see. Immediately, next day, Liz was in the house. But if you could not remember Liz because in the night he was drunk when she dropped him, Liz introduced herself and said she is a new driver. If he did not even give her that respect, Liz was all over the moon and was happy that she would be driving the famous Ife to worry all around. She went home and alerted her friend Queen that, you know what, I am the new driver of Ife. And guess what? He will be paying me. I'll be seeing him every day. Queen was not excited because, Queen said, you know that all these popular people are poor. This didn't mind. All she knew was that she would be driving Ife and she'll be seeing him all the time. So months by, weeks by, days by, Ife was always mean to Liz. And one day, Ife was on the phone complaining and saying, my rent is due and I have to pay. Liz quickly heard that and went to him and said, you know what? I can help you with your rent bills, but you have to promise me you pay in a month's time. If that's the case, I can contact someone who can give me the amount you need. If I said, wait, you can help me do that? Quickly, if he became very humble and very kind to Liz, Liz was able to raise that amount for him to pay the rent. After paying the rent, Kocha came to the house and asked Ife, so how do you find your driver? Oh, she's beautiful. I mean, she dresses like a man. I don't know why, but she's beautiful. She helped me with my rent and I'll be paying back. Kocha said, wait, what? Yeah. You that you're owing me this amount you haven't paid, you're going to pay her. I didn't even pay her salary yet. How come she trusted you to give you such an amount? If it was like, don't worry. Life is for the living. You know now. Well, immediately Liz heard all that conversation, but the only conversation that struck her was the part where she heard that if he said she has been dressing like a man. So quickly she went to her friend and said, you know what? You remember you said I should dress like a woman. I think I have to change. Queen was confused. What happened? Liz said, don't worry, I need to change my dressing. Maybe if he will look at me. Queen was just like, look, that man doesn't like you, whether you dress as a woman or as a man. He just lives with women. That is what these famous actors, especially the handsome ones, are for. Liz was not ready to listen to anything. After dressing so beautifully and sexy, she went to the workplace. If he was shocked, I said, wait, Lizzy, is that you? Yes. Wow. You look different. You look beautiful. Wow, I didn't even notice. You look really beautiful. What happened? Anyway, don't worry, you look really, really sexy. Lizzy was happy that, yes, finally Effie has noticed her. Well, guess what? Effie was on the phone saying that, I am really going to smash my driver. She is really beautiful. Maybe I'll go out with her. Guess what? Liz had that conversation again. She went home crying. Crying, but said, well, maybe it's because of the way I dress. Queen said, look, I have to prove it to you that he's not interested in you. I'm telling you. Quickly, one day, Liz introduced Queen to Effie. And of course, Effie did not even waste time at all, took Queen to a fine dinner. After taking her to the dinner, Effie again was mean to Liz. Then after the whole dinner experience, Queen went home and Liz came later and said, you see, I told you if he's not interested in you, no matter what you do, he just wants to use you. Since you've been working for over 3 months now, has he paid you your salary? The money you gave him, has he paid? You see? Immediately, things were beginning to her mind was beginning to work straight. She went to the workplace one day and then asked Effie that the money she borrowed him, the woman has been asking, so he needs to pay up. If he said, don't worry, I will pay. Well, guess what? After a week, the woman came to the house and harassed Effie and took his car because he got some money from an act and paid for the mechanic of his car. The woman brought in some police officers, arrested Effie, and also took alongside Lizzy to the police station. And then when I got to the police station, they got his car keys, took the car from him, and the landlord was also waiting for Effie at the door. In all of this, Culture has been having a mad crush on Liz, which he told Queen about it. But Queen mentioned it one day, but Liz was also obsessed with Effie. After the whole saga died down a little, Culture officially got the courage to ask Lizzy out on a special date. Lizzy, knowing very well that all that glitters is not good, realized this is an opportunity to get to know this fine young man. Thanks for watching this recap. This channel brings you the best Nollywood movies. We save you time and money. Don't forget to subscribe and like our videos for more movie recap.